Hey YouTube, I'm Faisha and this is Simply Lavish at Home. Today I am posting yet another celebration cake that I made for a friend. The story is I completely neglected this friend for like 2 months, and I posted a picture of a cake I made for someone else, and then they mentioned that their birthday was coming up and wanted a cake. Say less. So since they wanted an Oreo cake, I've done that. I'm trying this completely new technique and I think I did pretty well. Check it out. So I'm starting with my Oreo cake, which is just a vanilla cake, whatever recipe that you like. I'm going to put a link to the one that I use below with some chopped up Oreos. So when you're chopping up your Oreos for this, don't make it too fine because you want some nice good chunks in the cake. So for when you slice it, you get those obvious pieces of Oreo. And those have been baked and cooled in simple syrup. And now I'm filling this cake with ganache. Ganache is equal parts heavy cream and chocolate. Use a good baker's chocolate, and it's really easy to make and very delicious. So I am filling those cakes with some pretty thick layers of ganache and making sure those are spread out evenly, because when I slice into the cake, I want a nice, beautiful slice with a good layer of ganache in between each layer of cake. I've also dyed that ganache with a little bit of black food gel coloring because Oreos are more leaning towards black than they are brown. So I wanted to deepen that color just to give it a good match. And so when I coat this cake in the same ganache, there'll be some little bits of it that might peek through the fault line, and I want that to match as closely to the Oreos as possible. I didn't go so far as to make sure it matched, but I wanted a nice dark base. So again, I'm crumb coating this cake, well, a little more than crumb coating. I put a good thick layer of ganache on the outside of the cake because again, you want that smooth, pretty slice to have that obvious layer of ganache. And now that that's smooth and created a beautiful base, I am lining up my Oreos about a third of the way down and using mini Oreos that I am separating because the Oreos themselves, when they're still sandwiched, were a little bit too thick. So I'm scraping off the filling and separating the halves and using those to create the fault line, stacking those neatly. And it just happened to be a good 3 rows. Next is time for buttercream. Now, again, the buttercream is just whatever vanilla buttercream recipe that you like with very finely chopped Oreo cookies. I did use my food processor to get a nice fine consistency on those Oreos because I still need to spread it. And as we're talking about spreading, I had like the hardest time with this. I couldn't figure out why my buttercream was so crumbly. If you look at my turntable, you see as I go, there's more and more crumbs of buttercream, and I'm like, that never happens. I couldn't figure it out. Well, somebody put too many Oreo crumbs in the buttercream. And by somebody, I mean me, because I made that buttercream. So in order to fix that, I just went in and added some more heavy cream, a little bit at a time till I got the consistency just right. So if you need to fix that, fix your buttercream, you could do it like that. Milk works just as well. So I'm going through, and with a very thick, you'll see when I first piped it on, it was a very thick layer of buttercream. So when I go to smooth it, I won't disturb the Oreos that are underneath. So I'm working with it, trying to keep it smooth because you want a nice smooth finish. And when the buttercream is the right consistency and the right thickness, it's just a matter of adding more and more until you have enough to make it smooth, filling any gaps. So you'll see, people ask me all the time, how do I get my cake so smooth? It's a lot of patient work and going through it and seeing how it fills out. I didn't manage to get the drip on camera for you, but I did add a drip, and using that same buttercream made some dollops on the top that I adorned with some additional mini Oreos, and then I was done. So this is how it turned out. He enjoyed the cake immensely. Thought that I bought that cake, but as you can see, I actually made it. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and the little bell that lets you know every time Simply Lavish posts a video. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, here's to living simply lavishly. Cheers.